Good morning. I'm Tom Sharp, and I invented the BoxKat rodent barrier. You can see here we figured out a way to keep mice out of our cars and RVs and other things. You can look for us at miceout.com. I wanted to explain a couple things customers and future customers are asking. One thing is, what if the BoxKat's too big for the storage area I have? Well, it's very easy. Because the BoxKat comes in general sizes of like 10 by 15, 10 by 20, 10 by 30 for different size vehicles. It's very easy to adjust. This material, the white material, is a corrugated, you can see the little slots here like cardboard, is a corrugated plastic, and you hold it up to the light and you can see there's little straight lines right here, and even scissors make pretty short order of cutting this material. Probably the best way to do it is to use a razor knife and a straight edge, and it's quite simple to cut the material. I take two to get through both sides, and there you go. Nice clean cut, nice straight edge, simple to do. So if you want to shorten your 10 by 20 to a 10 by 19, you can just measure 12 inches from the edge and cut it. You can use this piece here to move the Velcro, or if you look in your bag of nuts and bolts, there'll be a couple of these, which is the two-sided Velcro material. I put the short, not nappy part on the whiteboard, and the fluffy part goes into the pocket that's provided on the inside of the black piece. The screws go through the side where the pocket sticks out, and the little pocket is made for putting the Velcro in. Very easy to do, no problem there. I don't highly recommend Velcro unless it's your daily driver and you keep an eye on it, because Velcro wiggles loose over time. The other thing you can do is, instead of cutting it, if you only have to move it a foot or so, it's pretty easy to do this. I'll flip it over. The other thing that you'll find that comes with your little packet of nuts and bolts is a couple of wing nuts. This is what I recommend for keeping your closure closed, because you know when you do the wing nut, it's going to stay, nothing's going to unsettle it. But what you can do also is, without the screws in here, you can just slide the white portion on by the back of the black panel here, and it's quite easy to just have it set up here. You move your screw holes to here, mark your holes with a pen of some kind. This is a wax pen, so it makes a nice mark. Drill your holes, screw it in, and on the back side, it just runs right by the black portion. Now there's a limit to how far you can go. If you have the standard braces here that'll come with the BoxKat like this, then you can only go to the distance of that brace. If you have the other kind of bracing where we're using brackets like this one here, then you could go all the way to the middle. And that should allow you to compensate the length you need to. If it needs to be shorter, you might want to just take one of these out, and you maybe should have ordered the 10 by 15 instead of the 10 by 20. But for the most part, this is the solution. It slides right by, and you can screw it in where you want, or you can just cut it off and put new holes, and you're good to go. The other thing, I like to remind people there's other ways to do things. Like I said in one of the other videos, you can get Grandpa's Coyote Piss paste. The coyote piss paste is very good temporarily until the coyote in it wears off. The other thing you can do is actually a pretty simple idea too. These are probably $20 a piece. I'm not sure how much they actually cost, but these are axle braces for working on a car. You could put, I hope that doesn't drop. You could put 4 of these under your car and jack your car up. I'd put this in a bucket, in a 5-gallon bucket, because they'll climb right up this and onto your car. So if you put a 5-gallon bucket under here, and under the 5-gallon bucket, I'd probably put a piece of of wood, so that this doesn't just break through your bucket. It's a waste of a bucket that way, but this will work. It's just not very convenient for using your car, especially if you use it with any regularity. But if you have an old car that you want to store for a year or two, this will work. The other thing I want to mention, again, often I'll mention this, is get a straight edge. Check your floor using a straight edge. If you have just this much, the width of this, less than 1/4 of an inch, it'll create quite a gap down 4 or 5 feet away. So look at your floor, look at your straight edge. You could use a cardboard box from your big screen TV. Top of them is usually very straight, and use it to search around your room where you're going to put the car and the BoxKat up, and that way you'll know, can you get away with the 4-corner setup that you'll see, what I call a 9x17, and just use white panels with the black flex pieces in the corners only. And that way you can, with a 9x17, that'll cover almost all cars and many pickups as well. That's very inexpensive. Just these in the corner, and then just joint the white ones along the sides and the end together this way, and you can have a nice BoxKat setup and be safe. But you have to have a very flat floor. If you need to, after you purchase the 9x17, if you need to get more flex panels, you can buy 2 of these on the store, or you can buy 4 of them, or you could go back to getting 6 that the 10x20 would have come with. So that's it. Grandpa's coyote paste is very good. The other thing is this setup with the brace that would go in the center of each panel. You'll need to get a masonry bit like this one, and use a smaller drill bit or screw size, about this size of screw with this size of masonry bit, and drill a tapped hole into the masonry, into the cement or blacktop material, paving stones, and then get screws that are a bit bigger than that hole. This one would probably take a number 8 screw, and that would be about right, and that's what we have here. And you can screw your braces right into the floor. If it's wood, that's an obvious answer there too. That's it for now. I think those answer some of the questions people are having. You can use the piece you cut off here to line up where the holes need to go, or you can just use your black piece with the holes in it already. Mark through it, put your holes in. You know, of course, line it up to make sure it's straight and the holes are at the right angle. It's quite simple, and it's very adjustable. You can play with the length of it by not cutting the chunk off that you might not need. Maybe you're going to get a different car and want to put this one around that and get a new one for your other car. There's a lot of options ahead, but they're all very simple to handle, and I hope that answers your questions. Have a good day.